So how do you install vinyl plank flooring in a bathroom because it's the ever-growing trend and you can't get contractors to show up to your house? What's good? It's Michael Alder here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, and yes, this hack is going to show you how you could get this done yourself without having to wait for the contractor. Everybody's going to be happy because you are now a professional installer. So first things first, we have most of the bathroom set, but we're getting up to that tricky toilet flange, and we got to get that looking tight. So when you set your toilet on top of it, you got a beautiful finished product. So first things first, you just watch me cut right around that jam there. All it takes is a knife. Go ahead and score it a couple times and then shape it out so it fits around the jam there. Next, I've made a little tapping block out of a scrap piece of vinyl plank. And then you just take your pry bar there and you could use that to wedge off of the wall. And it's funny because this little tiny piece was giving me all kinds of problems here. But we finally got it in. But use that pressure to pop it into place. Next, let's get another running board going here, and we're going to start to cut around the toilet flange. So take the plank and line it up with the existing floor going in the opposite direction. I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is how you get it down. So lay it down there. It's going the opposite way. You're going to score it with your knife a few times. Now, if you want to get up and use a saw or anything like that, by all means, go for it. But really, all you need is a good utility blade and watch those fingertips, and boom, snap it off. You're good to go. Flip it around so it's lined up. You set the side. Then we're going to go ahead and set the length on it. Use your makeshift tapping block there because there's no need to buy fancy tools when you're watching videos on this channel here. Everything gets MacGyvered together here. So tap it on right there. We're going to set it on the other side there. Take our hammer. Tap that tapping block that you just made. So it's locked into place. Now we got to cut around that flange. So once we get it locked in, we're going to take our knife. And we're going to go ahead and score around the flange a few times there. Now, always make sure you got a good sharp blade, but more importantly, always watch your fingertips. It is so easy to catch a quick wound when you're swinging that blade around trying to cut in product. But we're just scoring, doing a rough shape around that flange there. Then we're going to go ahead and pry the plank back just enough to get our fingers under it there, and we're going to pop that piece out. Boom! Now, it should drop down if we did our job correctly, and then if not, you could just always shave off a little bit more. Next, we got to cut a piece for either side of the flange, and here's the thing. You do not have to be super perfect with this. You got to be close, but not perfect, because remember, the toilet is going to have a wax ring, and that's going to set first and then the toilet on top. So there's a little bit of room for error, so don't beat yourself up if you don't cut it perfect. I've been in the game forever. I still don't cut it perfect to this day because it doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and lock in the piece on the left here. We're going to get all these spare parts out of our way. Then we're going to go ahead and throw another sharp blade in there. Score around the left side of the flange, getting a rough shape of what that is like. And after we do about 2 or 3 scores on that, we will pop that section out, drop it down, and we will work on the right. So that's all it is, just taking your time, being tedious little bit of work there, but that's all it takes to get the result. Don't rush anything. So here we go. Lock that down, see if I did my job right. Boom, we're good. Now we gotta get the one on the right here. Take another plank, line it up to where it needs to be, and this is going to be slightly wonky because you got those old bolts hanging out of the flange there, plus a bag on top of it. But we're going to get it lined up to about where we need it to be. Take your knife, score around the right side of it here, and don't click off yet because you're going to see me mess up, and then what you got to do to fix that. Score around the side, do a score around the top to the side, making your little semicircle there. Get a couple more. Just enough so that you could pry it back and forth and get it to pop out so you're ready to rock. All right, we're good. Just wiggle it back and forth nice and slow. Do not do that too aggressive because you could break the plank in the wrong way and then you got to start all over again and you lose time and gain a lot of aggravation. So we got it lined up where we need to be. Let's go ahead and score around the top because that's where I messed up there. I didn't cut it super perfect. But I'm going to show you a couple things you could do when you got these little tiny pieces that you got to break off of there. So we scored off what we needed. Next, just take a pair of pliers and pinch it wherever you had scored it at and then just snap it off. You'll be good to go. Super easy. Boom, boom, boom. Drop it down. See if we did our job correctly this time. Everything's good. I got one little overlap there. And I did just a makeshift seam in the back. Once again, the toilet's going to be sitting on it, so it doesn't matter. And the plank after that is going to seal it all together, so don't sweat it. So here we go. Got that lined up. We're going to go ahead and drop that in. Get our little tapping block. Lock it on the end. Tap it with the hammer. Let me get you a little view of that. There you go. All right, take the hammer. Tap, tap, tap. Getting close to the wall, so we got to swing it sideways. Good over there. Now let's go ahead and get our final plank in. This is going to lock everything together, and then you can bring in your toilet and set it down. I'm not going to show you that in this video because we're not ready for that. We're still got to hang the base and all, but this is just to show you how to cut around those flanges so you could do your own bathrooms and take on your weekend warrior projects. Last plank, super simple. We just got to cut the width. It actually fell very nice to the back wall there. The baseboard's going to cover that little gap we have going on. So life is perfect in this scenario. I'm going to go ahead and line it up. In this one, I don't even think we need a tapping block. We just kind of lift it a little bit. Get it to fall into that seam there, drop it down, you're sealed and good to go. So if you have any questions about the flooring industry, you go ahead and shoot me a text at 440-678-1151, and I will create a video answering your question for you.